I just watched this super inspiring video, and I just felt like I needed to share this with you and to whomever it concerns, whomever it will inspire. The name of the video, let me see here, the title of the video was Writing a Full Song Every Day. I wrote 30 songs in 30 days, and well, I felt like I needed some inspiration myself because recently I've been very tired and I have found myself taking a very long power nap pretty much daily. And I go to bed very early, and for as long as I can remember, I've always resisted the evenings because that is often the time when I'm most receptive for inspirational flow, and I've always felt like I don't follow the normative cycles, the normative love rhythm. But anyway, I felt I needed some inspiration, and I have this idea. It's more of a mindset or a reminder to be creative daily, because I do believe that creating is a form of expressing our spirit. And there is also the time of receiving the present awareness of our being. But more on that in a completely different video. But anyway, he was showing his journey and his why behind this challenge, if you will. And it was the inspiration that I needed. And towards the end of the video, he did this little summarize of his conceptual idea of what he had learned. And he said something that really, really resonates with me. This is the message that I believe in and try to share. And that is, as an artist, as a creator, which we all are, the real value of creating is how we feel when we create. But often we get lost in the ideas of other people's opinion. Is this good enough? All of these limiting beliefs and BS from our ego mind identity that prevails many people, that stops many people to actually do more and opening the space of being receptive for that inspirational flow from spirit. I think that we have normalized the idea of the grind, the worship of something need to be a challenge, need to be hard, because that proves the value in that. But I do think it's the very opposite. When we do something that comes easily and naturally to us, that is a sign that we are connected. We are connected with the divine worlds and spiritual flow. And the signs of that is that we feel good in some way. It can be serenity, it can be harmony, it can be joy, it can be excitement, and so on. And I do think that many of us, many in this modern world, really, really lack those moments of the so-called flow state. And well, I hear in my head, in a way, people object to that, referring to our history when we really needed to work for our survival due to lack of food and, war and fights and so on. But that's the point that I want to hopefully make you look beyond. Many of us in this day and age have all the circumstantial outside support that doesn't threaten our lives. We have roof over our head, we have shelter, we have pure water, we have food in really accessible foods, but still people feel worse than ever. And also, for those who know the power, the joy, the flow, when we open the portals for this flow state and are receptive for that, still we get lost, not always, but we can find ourselves getting lost in this idea of focusing on the result of our art, the result in terms of what would other people think. We start to lose the connection with the real value and deviating towards the direction of validation. And this person who I don't remember the name of, said, it's not up to you to decide if your song in this case is good or not. The important thing is that you enjoy the process, or, other valuable things like making those windows daily for your creative expression in terms of growing, in terms of connecting, in terms of aligning, in terms of building self-trust and so on. And I really thought that saying was the symbol metaphor for what I do believe in. It's not up to us to decide if our art, if our song, if our content creation will be a hit or not. And of course, if your content creation is very focused on a business, you want to make money, yes, I of course understand the perspective of setting the client, the audience, in making that decision. But still, I do think that for us to really provide true value, divine energy of expression to this world, we need to align. Yeah, and that will be all in this very short video. And just let me say, before hitting record, I really felt like I have no idea what to say in this video. Well, I had lots of ideas, but I hadn't decided on any. And the reason why I wanted to record it is because I felt it came fresh from the source. This is what I've just received. This is how I feel, this high vibrant, inspiring saying or pointer. This also goes very much aligned with my idea of be creative daily. We are already all creative beings. But I want to open that window. I want to make that time block, if you will, in the conceptual illusion of planning our entire life. But to actually use that very same concept to do something of value and meaning for me, and hopefully for others, but it's not my decision to make. So that's the reason why I also want to make videos of my journey, to document it, but also to inspire me in terms of making music. Yeah, and I said that we would be done here, but I cannot close this, wrap this up already without just mentioning this is the week. This is the deadline, finish line for me to actually really deciding on the songs. I've already decided which songs to release on this B-side album. But this is the week that I have given myself both the accountability in terms of a finish line, but also the allowance of making the final drafts of those songs. And what I mean with final drafts of a song, well, we can talk about that in another video. Hope to see you there.
Something changes when it leaves my hands. Not because it's broken, just because I can. Sometimes staying real is just staying on. Holding on to versions that already feels like home. There's no final me to say